The Elisa Lam case begins with an eerie allure, a young woman on an adventure seeking to explore the vibrant city of Los Angeles. But her story takes a dark, perplexing turn, one that has haunted investigators, conspiracy theorists, and internet sleuths alike for years. Her name has become synonymous with one of the most chilling, unsolved mysteries of our time. As we dive into the heart of this baffling case, remember to keep an open mind, because what happened to Elisa Lam is a riddle that will leave you questioning the boundaries of reality itself. Elisa Lam was a 21-year-old student from Vancouver, Canada, brimming with life and curiosity. In January 2013, she embarked on a solo trip to California, documenting her journey online with heartfelt posts about her dreams and experiences. She seemed like any other young woman, full of hope and excitement, seeking adventure in a city known for its glitz, glamour, and mystery. However, her choice of accommodation, a historic yet infamous hotel in downtown Los Angeles, would set the stage for her final, enigmatic days. The Cecil Hotel, once a grand establishment, had by then gained notoriety as a hub for dark events. It had a long history of suicides, violent crimes, and even ties to infamous serial killers, like Richard Ramirez. Nestled in the heart of Skid Row, the hotel's affordable rates attracted a mix of travelers and residents, some with troubled pasts. Elisa checked in on January 26th, seemingly unaware of the hotel's grim reputation. She was assigned a shared room, but reports of odd behavior from her roommates led the hotel to move her to a private room. It was the first sign that something was amiss. Elisa's last known movements were captured in surveillance footage from the hotel's elevator on January 31st. This footage, later released to the public, is both chilling and confounding. In it, Elisa is seen acting erratically, pressing multiple buttons, stepping in and out of the elevator, and gesturing as though communicating with someone unseen. Her movements are frantic and disjointed, her behavior unsettling. At times, she appears to be hiding, as though fleeing from an invisible threat. The elevator doors, inexplicably, remain open far longer than they should, adding an eerie layer to the scene. This footage would become a focal point of the mystery, sparking endless theories and debates online. After her disappearance, Elisa's family and friends grew increasingly worried. She had been in regular contact with them throughout her trip, but her sudden silence was out of character. On February 1st, she was reported missing. The LAPD launched an extensive search, scouring the hotel and surrounding areas. Flyers with her picture were plastered across the city, but days turned into weeks with no sign of Elisa. The case gripped the public's attention, fueled by the eerie elevator footage and the unsettling history of the Cecil Hotel. Then, on February 19th, nearly 3 weeks after Elisa was last seen, hotel guests began complaining about low water pressure and strange-tasting, discolored water. Maintenance workers were sent to inspect the rooftop water tanks, and that's when the grim discovery was made. Elisa's lifeless body was found floating in one of the tanks, naked, with her clothes and belongings submerged nearby. The tank's lid was reportedly closed, a detail that added to the growing list of inexplicable elements in the case. The circumstances of her death raised more questions than answers. How did Elisa access the rooftop, which was supposed to be secured with alarms and locked doors? How did she climb into the tank, which required scaling a ladder and opening a heavy lid? And most hauntingly, what led her there in the first place? The coroner's report ruled her death as accidental drowning, with bipolar disorder listed as a significant factor. But for many, this explanation felt incomplete, failing to account for the bizarre sequence of events leading up to her death. Theories about Elisa's fate range from the plausible to the paranormal. Some suggest she experienced a psychotic episode due to her mental health struggles, which caused her to act irrationally. This ultimately led to her tragic demise. Others point to the Cecil Hotel's dark history, speculating that malevolent forces or supernatural entities may have played a role. There are even those who believe Elisa was the victim of foul play, possibly targeted by someone who managed to evade detection. The elevator footage, with its eerie and inexplicable nature, has been analyzed endlessly, viewers scrutinizing every frame for clues. The case has also sparked a darker fascination, with online sleuths delving into every aspect of Elisa's life and death. Her Tumblr blog, which remained active after her disappearance due to scheduled posts, became a focal point for speculation. Some interpreted her writings as cryptic messages or cries for help, while others saw them as the musings of a young woman grappling with life's challenges. The relentless attention has raised ethical questions about the line between seeking justice and exploiting tragedy for entertainment. The Elisa Lam case has left an indelible mark on popular culture. It has inspired countless documentaries, books, and even a Netflix series, each attempting to unravel the enigma. The Cecil Hotel itself has become a macabre tourist attraction, its reputation forever linked to Elisa's story. But despite the theories, debates, and investigations, the truth remains elusive. What happened to Elisa Lam in those final haunting moments is a question that may never be answered. As we reflect on this chilling tale, we are reminded of the fragility of life and the mysteries that lurk in the shadows of our world. Elisa Lam was a vibrant young woman with dreams and aspirations, and her story deserves to be told with compassion and respect. Her tragic fate serves as a haunting reminder of the complexities of mental health, the allure of the unknown, and the enduring power of a mystery that defies explanation.